Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the new Hourglass holiday palette they've come out with. This is the Hourglass Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. Here's what the packaging looks like. It's very reflective, so you're seeing everything that's going on behind you guys. When you open up, you do get 3 products inside of here. Each product is 3 grams, so you're getting 9 grams of product, but they're saying 10 grams total, I'm pretty sure. Nope, 0.10 ounces each pan. So this is 3 grams of product in each. So if you're familiar with the other palette they came out with last year or a year before, I don't remember. This is the lighting palette, the ambient lighting palette. This actually has 3.3 grams of product for each pan. So they are just a little bit bigger in this product right here, but these are just a little bit smaller. But I will tell you there is a complete difference between the formulation between these two. I used to think this was great for like a subtle glow from within type of highlight, whereas now I feel like this palette right here, which is the ambient palette, I feel like this is perfect for like a setting, like a finishing powder. So if you have done your all your makeup and you want to set your face, this is perfect for setting your face. It just gives you a kind of a glow from within all over your face, and it's perfect to be used for that way. This one, there's no way you could use it for that because it's a lot more glowy, a lot more intense. This kind of gives that wet look to the skin where it makes your skin look like you are just nice and dewy and not really wet, but just, yeah, I guess it'd be like a wet look. I'll show you guys. I'm going to put it onto my hand and everything, but I also have some products I feel like that could be a little bit kind of like a dupe as for coloration. I don't think the formulation is going to be the same, so if you're looking for a color dupe, I have some things that are a little bit similar, but if you're looking for a formula dupe, I don't think I have anything to actually match the quality of this. I feel like this is an excellent palette. It is a $62 palette, so technically it's a very expensive palette. You're getting 3 products for $62. So I feel like it's pricey, but at the same time, I feel like this is such good quality. I feel like it's totally worth it. So if you were thinking about getting it, I would totally go check it out, swatch it in the store, see if it looks good on your skin tone and everything, where I feel like this is going to look good on a lot of skin tones because you've got a more metallic, like a bronzy shade here. You've got like a creamy shade here, like a creamy white shade. And then you've got a pinky shade on this side over here. So these are all very, very beautiful, but like I said, I do have some products that are kind of similar, so I'll show you guys those. Let me swatch this palette out for you first, and then we'll do the dupes. So we'll start right here, which is the pink shade, which is also called the Absolute Strobe Light. Pretty sure, I don't know, Lucent Strobe. They have these written on here, but I'm not sure what exact order they're supposed to be in. I don't know if you're supposed to read it from, it's weird. Either way, here's the pinky shade. I'll swatch it for you guys. It is absolutely gorgeous. There is what the pinky shade looks like. It is spectacular. I feel like if you have pretty much, I think this pink shade could go with any skin tone. I think it looks great on my skin tone where I have more like yellow undertones. I think it looked great on somebody who has those pinky undertones. I think you could wear it on either or. And then we have this one right here, which is the yellow shade in the middle. This is my favorite one, to be honest with you. I love this one. I wear this one the most. So here's the yellowy shade. I think it's absolutely gorgeous though. They're so, I feel like they're very intense, but not overly intense. I feel like I've seen definitely more highlighters that are more intense than this, but I feel like the intensity that they provide to your skin is almost like a, I don't know, it's like a sophisticated intense, if you know what I mean. It's just a difference between. Now we're going to go swatch the last one, which is the bronzy shade. So here is the bronzy shade right there. The bronzy shade is absolutely gorgeous too. I think that's going to look beautiful on suntan skin. It looks good on my skin tone that I have right now, but I think it'd look better, even better on somebody who's a little bit more darker toned than I am. So I think these are just all very, very beautiful. And like I said, I feel like the intensity to these is not like the powders in here whatsoever. The powders in here I feel like are more for like a finishing powder. I feel like these, if you want a highlighter from Hourglass, these are actual highlighters. This is a setting finishing powder. Now, as far as dupes, what I have for dupes, I feel like when I was looking through my collection, the only things that I could find that were very similar as in tones and everything, I feel like is the Tarte. This is the Skin Twinkle palette. This is their first one they came out with. This is the one that has 2 large pans of highlight, and this middle one here is a little bit more stiff, and that one's supposed to be like a setting powder. So I feel like if you want to dupe this palette, these 2 shades right here do dupe colors. So let's swatch. So the first one right here, which is the lighter shade in the Tarte palette, it dupes the lightest shade right here, the yellowy shade. So I will swatch that right there so you can see. So there's what it looks like. So both of them side by side, you can tell that they are very, very close in color dupes. I don't think that they're exact, but I feel like they're close enough. So if you had this palette and you're like, man, I really don't know if I want to fork out $62 for this Hourglass palette, pull this out and try it out a little bit and make sure that's colors that you actually want. The other one that dupes is this one right here. And this one dupes the more bronzy shade. So here's the bronzy shade right here, And there it is right there. So these two I feel like are dupes as well. I feel like they're, I'm not exact, like I said, I don't feel like they're completely, totally dupes, especially not the formulation. The formulation is nowhere near the same, but color wise, I feel like they're very, very close. So I think if, like I said, if you were looking for some color dupes, those are two so far. Now, if you want to dupe the pink one, if you happen to have, which I know a lot of people returned them, which is the Love Light by Too Faced. This is the Blinded by the Light. This one right here, when you open it up, it doesn't look super pinky in the pan, but when you swatch it, it actually really is pinky toned. So I'll swatch it right here so you can see that that one actually really does a good job of duping that one. It has a little bit more white opalescence tint to it than the Hourglass one, but I feel like it has enough of the pink tone to it that they could be close dupes. So I don't think that any of these are exact, but I'm thinking that they're close enough that if you didn't want to fork out the money to purchase the Hourglass palette, you could totally use those if you have those in your collection and then kind of get by with not getting it. But again, the formula is not going to be the same. I feel like the Hourglass wears onto the skin very, very nicely. I feel like it looks very good onto the skin. It just gives that wet look onto your skin. I'm going to go ahead and apply the Hourglass one onto my cheek so I can show you guys. I'm going to pause you so I can go get some clean brushes so I can do that real quick. So hang tight, guys. Okay, guys. So I'm going to get really, really close to you so you can see me apply these products. So I'm going to scoot in so you can see how these actually work onto my skin. So we're going to go in with the Hourglass palette. So the Hourglass palette is right here. I have 3 brushes that are very, very similar. One is a Luxie, 2 of course are exact the same. They're the Real Techniques brushes. So I'm going to use 3 different brushes so that you know that I'm not transferring the product onto the other brushes. So the first one we're going to try out here is the pinky tone shade. So here's the pinky tone shade. I'm going to tap into there. You will see a little bit of kick up into this pan and everything, but it's not terrible, I don't think. I'm going to tap that off and then I'm going to pull my hair back and then I'm going to show you the pinky tone, how it looks onto the skin. So here is how the pink looks onto the skin. I feel like it just gives a beautiful highlight onto your skin. And as you can tell, like I was saying, it gives your skin almost that wet look. I think it just looks gorgeous. This is one of my favorite. I don't know. I think I can't pick a favorite out of here, honestly. I feel like all these are excellent. So this is what the pinky tone shade looks like though. So if you were curious as to how it would look. Now we're going to go with the clean brush and we're going to test out the yellowy shade, which is this one right here. And I don't even know the names. Isn't that terrible? I just say, hey, it's yellow. Hey, one's pink. Okay, so here is the yellowy shade onto my skin now. I'm going to put that on. And as you can tell, again, it's giving more of a, like I said, like almost like your skin is just wet. Like somebody sprayed it with some good setting spray and your skin just looks very wet and very natural. It doesn't accentuate any of my pores or anything, which is very, very nice. Now we're going to go in with the bronzy shade. So I have the last clean brush here, so I'm going in with the bronzy shade. I'm going to take that down to the center of my nose so you can see how that would look. So here it is going down the center of my nose. And again, it's just a beautiful, subtle, but it looks almost realistic. It gives you, it's not subtle enough to where I'd say it's like the Ambient, this palette right here. It's not that subtle, but it's not so noticeable that I would feel like this would be crazy that you couldn't use this every day. I feel like this is something that you could totally use every day. I feel like it's perfect on the skin. I feel like it doesn't over accentuate any of your pores or anything. I just think it looks beautiful. And I mean, look, this, like I said, my cheeks just look almost wet. My nose just looks nice and shiny, almost like I scrubbed it clean. So I really am enjoying this palette very, very much so. So again, if you were interested in getting it, it is $62. Sephora is having their VIB sale or their November sale, their fall sale. They're having that coming up soon. So if you were thinking about getting it, that's the time I would recommend purchasing it. But I would definitely go into the store and swatch it for yourself and make sure that those are colors you like. The way that the formula is very, very soft and buttery. I feel like the formula is amazing. So again, I think it's an absolutely great palette. I feel like it is a little pricey, but I feel like it's something that I could use every day. So to me, I'd rather pay a little bit more for something that I know I could use every day versus a palette that I'm like, I'll use that once in a while because it's too blingy. This is something I feel like you could use every day and you would get your money's worth. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts and your opinions on this palette, whether or not you think you're going to pick it up or you're going to pass on it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.